Welcome to the Rangers Network. 24-hour-a-day access to news, game replays, original shows, live game night radio coverage, and more on rangersnetwork.com. Go inside the fieldhouse at Rangers Stadium for unprecedented access with Rangers coaches and players all season long.
Turnover for Smithson Valley.
Watch every home and away game the day after, complete and the way only the Rangers Network can bring it to you. Never miss an episode of Inside Rangers Football. Game film breakdowns by Coach Hill and Brant Freeman. Senior moments with Emily. And learn the game the Smithson Valley way. And Ranger Radio is back. Listen to all the games live on your smartphone with our exclusive live scoring screen. Rangers Network is your media hub for everything Rangers. However, we are taking the term network to a whole new level. Our mission is to create a community network by joining Smithson Valley High School athletes, students, faculty, and families to local Spring Branch and Bulverde residents through rangersnetwork.com. This creates the most amazing marketing opportunity for local businesses that has never been available before. Right here, and right here, 24 hours a day on Rangers Network. Be a part of tradition, excellence, and success. Be a part of Rangers Network. Be a Ranger.
Tonight, Rangers Network is live with Smithson Valley High School baseball. The Rangers look to claim the 27-6A district title outright as the Rangers open up their final district series of the season against the Braunfels Unicorns. Rangers Network is your home for live Smithson Valley Ranger baseball. And welcome to Ranger Field on this beautiful Tuesday night at Smithson Valley High School. On the Rangers Network, I'm Brant Freeman, getting you ready for a late season 27-6A clash between Smithson Valley and New Braunfels. For the Rangers, it's a chance to claim the district title outright on senior night. For the Unicorns, they have 27-6A title aspirations of their own, while also looking to become just a second district team to clinch a playoff spot. Coming up in our pregame coverage, we'll take a look at the 27-6A standings, and we'll also visit with Rangers head coach Chad Kale. All that and more coming up, with first pitch coming up at 7 o'clock. On the Rangers Network, this is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
Daddy's gotta go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Just press enter and your GVTC home DVR will record your show automatically.
Thanks, Doug from GVTC, who looks exactly like Ranger Senior CJ Keeler.
I'm just Doug, here to help.
Fumble!
Here you go. Can I help you set up your favorite channel list now?
Flimsy microwave.
And welcome back to Ranger Field here on the Rangers Network, getting ready for first pitch between Smithson Valley and New Braunfels. As now we take a look at the 27-6A standings, and you see there at the top the Rangers with that 10-2 27-6A record. They've already clinched a share of the 27-6A title, and they need one more win in this final 2-game regular season series to claim it outright. And the only team with a chance to claim a share of that title with Smithson Valley is New Braunfels Unicorns, though we need to sweep the series to do that. Meanwhile, 4 teams are playing for the final 3 playoff spots to include New Braunfels. Unicorns 8-4, while Judson, East Central, and Clemens all sit at 7. 5. So on top of the big implications of the game tonight, it is also senior night here at Smithson Valley. 7 players playing their final regular season home game, and one of them is Smithson Valley star catcher C.J. Horn, the senior, batting .431 this season. That leads the team, tied with the team leading homers with 4, a team leading 11 doubles so far this season as well. Preseason honorable mention All-American, named by Perfect Game before the season this year. CJ will hit third of the order tonight for Smithson Valley and play catcher. And on that note, let's take a look now at how the Rangers will look in the field this evening as they take on the Unicorns. Out there in the outfield, you see for Smithson Valley, in left will be Reese. Batterack plays in center. Rivera is in right. Around the horn for Smithson Valley, Wells at third. Ruff is at short. Pierce is at second. Sertahouse at first. Horn the catcher. And we have Hunter Cheek, the starting pitcher tonight for Smithson Valley. Again, first pitch coming up at 7 o'clock after the break. We'll visit with Rangers head coach Chad Kale on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for H-E-B. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
On the Rangers Network, getting ready for the final home game of the regular season for Smithson Valley. We're now joined by 12th-year head coach Chad Kale. The Rangers come into this game ranked 14th in the state, 23-5 overall this season. So, Coach, obviously it's been a very successful season for you to this point. What is your assessment of your baseball team as you hit the stretch run?
We're pleased where we are. You know, we came back with only 2 starters this year, and I guess 5 or 6 returning guys on the varsity. So, you know, we started off real well in tournament play and have been kind of staying very even keel of where we're at. So we've been swinging the bat pretty well. You know, unfortunately, last Friday night we didn't swing it real well against Judson, and when we did, we hit it right at them. But, you know, our guys have been competing on the mound, but we've been playing good defense and really kind of getting it done at the plate, and that's why we are where we are right now.
You've spoken about the offense. You're averaging about 9 runs scored per game, and I'm not seeing many holes in the order either for batters 1 through 9. What has made the lineup so productive this season?
You know, like you said, it's 1 through 9, and I think in order to have a successful season, you've got to be able to swing it from top to bottom. But, you know, not taking away from anything from the other guys, but you got to go back to CJ and Mason. They've been with us for 3 years. They've led this team this year, completely putting them under their wings, and you know, they're at the top. Offensive numbers almost across the board, and you know, so you really tip your hat to those 2 guys.
27-6A is such a difficult, competitive district for high school baseball, and maybe the hottest team right now in this district is New Braunfels. Unicorns have won 6 straight coming into the game, a team that's trying to clinch a playoff berth and also trying to win a share of the 27-6A title as you have right now. What are your impressions of New Braunfels?
Like you said, I think they started off slow, kind of trying to find their way a little bit, and they've definitely found it now. And you know, that's what we talked to our kids about. You can't look at their overall record. You got to look at the record that they're 8-4 in district, won 8 out of their last 9. They're swinging it really well right now. And then they have 2 kids, the Pollard kid and the Fox kid. Necessarily, I don't think they're going to throw it by a lot of people, but what they do is they stay around the plate. They use their breaking pitch when they need to, and they've been very successful. And so I think it starts with them and then the way they've been swinging it.
Now, the pitcher you're throwing on the mound tonight is Hunter Cheek. What does he have to do to be successful?
He's got to mix it up well. You know, he's not going to. He's got a pretty good fastball, but he's not going to beat him with just his fastball. He's going to have to mix it up. And you know, Hunter doesn't have quite as many innings on the mound as a lot of our other guys, but he is a senior and he's been there, he's done it, and so we decided to give the ball to him and try to go get the district championship tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck. All right, that again, Smithson Valley head coach Chad Kale, our guest. First pitch is coming up next on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley Ranger Baseball.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Down in Texas, modern-day prospectors are making big bucks flipping houses. But before they can cash in, they gotta move them. Hauling homesteads and kicking asphalt. All new Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
On Travel Channel, all new Expedition Unknown.
Every legend is an epic adventure. Here we go from Stonehenge and the Vikings to Butch Cassidy. It's the adventure that's legendary. How do we get out of this thing?
All new Expedition Unknown, Wednesday at 9 on Travel Channel.
Watch Travel Channel, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 577. GVTC, just plain smart.
And welcome back to Ranger Field, ready for first pitch between Smithson Valley and New Braunfels. And now we'll look at tonight's starter for the Rangers, Hunter Cheek, the senior. His numbers so far this year, you see it, has yet to be a pitcher of record here in 2018. No wins or losses, at ERA south of 4. More than 14 innings of work for Cheek so far this year, with 12 strikeouts and 5 walks here in 2018. And he will now face the top of the New Braunfels order. Ryan Redding leads things off here for the visitors out of New Braunfels. The Unicorns, the road team, and the road black here tonight as Redding steps up. The senior's batting .324 this year, 1 homer and a team-leading 18 RBI, and swings and misses over the top and falls behind 0-1. Redding had a productive series against Clemens last week, as the count evens out at a ball and a strike. 1 for 7. Although he only had the 1 hit, Redding did drive in 3. 2 in the finale on Friday. Good breaking ball in there for strike 2. On deck for the Unicorns is Marcos Franjul. He'll be followed by Will Tillman here in the first inning. Count evens out to Redding, a star quarterback into Braunfels. And his career will move on collegiately. He'll play college football at Division III powerhouse Mary Hardin Baylor. Slices that foul, stays alive. 27-6A is such a great football district, really, in all sports. But says something that Redding was first team all-district this past year at the position. Two. Foul tip strikeout. First out of the inning as Redding sits down for the 19th time this year. Sends up Marcos Franjul for New Braunfels. Franjul, the junior second baseman, is batting .294 this season. Or playing shortstop tonight, rather. 1 homer and 10 RBI. And falls behind 0-1. Franjul was hitless against the Buffaloes last week, 0 for 8, struck out 3 times, but did score a run. Good start so far here for Cheek, and ahead of Franjul, 0-2. Oh-2. Got him. On the appeal out of first base, back-to-back punch-outs by Cheek to start the first. Sends up Will Tillman. You look at the overall records for these two teams coming into the game, and you would think Smithson Valley a decided favorite, 23-5 coming in, ranked 14th in the state. New Braunfels just 12-17 this year. As that's in there for a strike. But the Unicorns have won 6 straight. And quickly Cheek ahead, 0-2. Tillman, the batter, batting just south of 400 this year, a team-leading .388 average. No homers and 14 RBI. Tillman is the team's leader in hits with 26 this year, second in that RBI category, and second in walks drawn as well. Oh, 2. The appeal that time, and Tillman held up. Really good series against Clemens this past week, 4 for 6, hitting a double and scored 4 times. Count evens out the 2 balls and 2 strikes. So waiting on deck for the Unicorns is Blake Fain, the catcher. So far, Hunter Cheek, 2 up and 2 down with 2 punch-outs. There's a last shot foul. Relatively small ballpark here at Smithson Valley, although the fences are high. 320 to the corners, 345 to the alleys, and 360 to dead center. 2-2. Popped him up into center. Batterack coming in. And Cheek retires. The Unicorns in order in the first. No score going to the bottom of the inning on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
Daddy's gotta go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
Spread look for the Rangers. Here's the blitz, 6-man rush, a pass over the middle, caught by Mason Pierce. He's off and running. This could go 97 yards, and it will. Mason Pierce, house call, touchdown Smithson Valley. And who will forget that play, a 97-yard house call for Mason Pierce in the football field, part of a wild overtime victory over Judson this past season. Well, Mason Pierce will start the bottom of the first inning here for Smithson Valley and having a pretty good season at the plate this year. You see the numbers here for Mason Pierce, hitting over 400 with 20 stolen bases so far this season and 22 RBI. Team leader in base hits with 36 and run score with 34. And has traded his football helmet for a batting helmet as he wraps up his Smithson Valley athletic career here playing Ranger baseball. And by the way, he's going to play football at the next level, the Colorado School of Mines. We'll see Pierce, Ruff, and Horn here in the Ranger first, as they face off against the new Braunfels starter here, Kade Pollard. Pollard, the seniors, 2-4 this season with a 3.18 ERA. Left-hander's first pitch is a ground ball, a high chopper scooped up by Frangel. The throw to first base, though not in time to beat out the speedy Mason Pierce. And an infield single starts the game. Well, now they're going to say that Pierce actually rounded first enough to be ruled out at first. Is that the call here? Pierce is still standing at the first base bag as Coach Kale comes out to visit with the umpire who made the call. So we'll tap the brakes at all this for the time being as Coach Kale argues on the behalf of his player, and the call holds up. Still a base hit there for Pierce, his 37 this year. Sends up Rob Ruff. Ruff, the junior, hitting .284 this season. 1 homer and 29 RBI. First pitch from Pollard. Misses up for ball one. More on his numbers. 39 2/3 innings of work for the left-hander, leads the team in terms of innings worked this year. And 27 strikeouts tied for the lead for the team high. Check swing and Ruff goes around, a ball and a strike. Mentioned Ruff's only home run. It was a 3-run homer and a win over Wagner back on March 20th. Breaking ball in there for strike two. Pollard pitched the opener last week against Clemens, 6 2/3 against the Buffaloes. Only 1 run surrendered off 4 hits and struck out 7. A ground ball, weakly hit, left side, in from third, Coronado. And the throw gets away from Moy at first base.
Next to the plate, C.J. Horn.
And now the batter is Horn, who we highlighted back at the pregame show for good reason. Third of the team at hits, 31 of those this year. Second at RBI, has 30 of those. Leads the team at on-base percentage at .606 and in slugging at .750. That's an OPS of 1356. Just a ridiculous number for C.J. Horn. And now Pollard out of the stretch. Strike one on the other half. His 4 home runs are tied with the team lead, along with Hunter Cheek, who waits on deck. A look back to first, and back in standing is Ruff. The Rangers will run 68 stolen bases as a team so far this year, and they've only been caught 11 times. Another look back to first base, that again back in is Ruff. You look at the team offensive numbers so far this year, the Rangers are hitting .322 collectively, and they're slugging .474. Here's a ground ball on through for a base hit for Horn. Ruff will stop at second. C.J. Horn is 32nd base hit this year. And the Rangers in business here in the bottom of the first. And now Shane Shepard will courtesy run here for Horn. Has scored 13 runs this year as Cheek steps up. This potent Ranger offense, though, was kept in check this past Friday in a loss against Judson. A 4-1 defeat to the Rockets. Left the window open for the Braunfels to maybe claim a share of the 27-6A title if they can sweep the series. 0-1 to Hunter Cheek. Cheek batting .359, but again has 4 homers on the year and a team leading 31 RBI. And the pitcher here trying to help out his own cause. That 0-1 gets away from Fain, the catcher. Ruff will scoot into third. And over to second base, Shepard. But a base hit here could drive it a pair for Smithson Valley. As there we see Pollard get a little bit wild. Not the most clean defensive inning so far for New Braunfels. Again, Ruff is at third courtesy of an error against Coronado at third base. A ball and a strike. This is up 2-1. That loss against Judson on Friday, the Rangers' first home defeat this season. Now 12-1 this year. Meanwhile, New Braunfels on the road, only 4-9, yet the Unicorns have won 3 straight away from home. Popped up, might be playable, but the ball will drift out of play. And that'll even the count up to Cheek at 2-2. Again, just a remarkable turnaround for the Braunfels this season. The Unicorns were 3-15 through their first 18 games of the season. At one point, they dropped 7 straight. But since then, they've won 9 out of their past 11. That ball is ripped foul. Good turn there, though, by Cheek, with Jarek Wells awaiting on deck. So think about this. 3 weeks ago, New Braunfels was 6-19. But you fast forward to today, and now they're on the brink of a playoff berth. A remarkable in-season turnaround for Coach Bobby Alford's group. Two. In the air to center, drifting back is Redding. Has room, is it deep enough to score the run from third? Rough tags, here's a throw, slightly offline and bounces away from Fain towards the on-deck circle. And so Ruff does score, and the Rangers strike first on the sac fly from Hunter Cheek.
That's the play number 22, Jarek Wells.
And you can't help but wonder how much bigger the inning might be right now if Pierce wasn't thrown out at first base. Here's Jarek Wells. Wells, a .311 hitter, 1 homer and 14 RBI this season. And by the way, Shepard now at third base. First pitch. And Wells expands his strike zone and falls behind 0-1. The sophomore Wells had a clutch hit earlier this year, a walk-off base hit against Austin McCallum back on April the 14th. That was the Rangers' second straight walk-off win in back-to-back days. In the air to right field. Butcher has room, and the inning is over. But the Rangers again strike first in the inning. 1 run, courtesy of 2 hits. 1 New Braunfels there and a man left. We go to the second, 1-0 Rangers on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for H-E-B. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, H-E-B, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
A look at Smithson Valley shortstop Rob Ruff, who scored the game's first run back at the bottom of the first inning, as the Rangers take the field here in the top of the second. And right away, Hunter Cheek is ahead against Blake Fain, 0-1. And now, 0-2 to the New Braunfels catcher Blake Fain, hitting .339 this season, no homers and 5 RBI. A productive series for Fain against Clemens last week. A ground ball that will shoot foul. Fane was 3 for 6 against Clemens in the 2 wins. A double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Spoke about the 6-game winning streak New Braunfels is on. They have outscored their opponents during the streak 62-14. 0-2. Here's a ground ball up the middle and a diving step made by Ruff, but as he gets up, unable to make a throw, with Fane streaming down the line, and he's at first base, the first base runner of the game for New Braunfels. That'll send up Randy Huerta for New Braunfels, the senior, batting .262 this year, 1 homer and 11 RBI. And fouls off the first offering here from Cheek. In the sweep over the Buffaloes last week, New Braunfels outscored Clemens 16-3, winning 10-1 last 2. A ball to strike. Clemens pegged the Buffaloes' defensive mistake. 100 runs scored by the Unicorns in that 6-2 win. Horn sets up outside. The pitch is grounded foul. That'll run the count to 1-2. You can see him in the background there. Smithson Valley head coach Chad Cale, who again we spoke with back at the pregame show. 12th season now at Smithson Valley. Approaching 300 career wins. Misses the outside corner, 2-2. His first season with this program was back in 2007. And the count fills out at 3-2 now to Huerta with Adam Winch awaiting on deck. Seven years ago, Coach Cale was named as the Express News' San Antonio Area Coach of the Year, that back in 2011. And a walk to Huerta. So 2 on and nobody out for New Braunfels. This after Cheek went through the top of the order, 1, 2, 3 in the first. And now Adam Winch batting .190 this season. 8 for 43, one of those hits, a home run, also a pair of doubles. And had a big finale against Clemens on Friday, driving in 3. A snap throw to second and diving back in is Fane. Quarter infielders now in for Smithson Valley, in from third as Wells, and Cerno House is in from first. And that's strike 1. Smithson Valley off. Braunfels average 5 per game. Come on late. Second, Huerta's standings earlier. Braunfels. Of that, Adam Winch. In 28, 6 against Wagner, by the way, coming off his first district win this past Friday, defeating Steele. And the Knights, speaking of them, are at Clemens this evening. 1-1 pitch is down, 2-1. The inning began with the infield single from Blake Fain. Huerta the walk, Wentz the strikeout, 2 on and 1 out. Swing and a miss for strike 2. A lot of the strikes delivered so far tonight by Cheek of the swinging variety. Two. Good eye there by Moya, lays off that offering. Count fills out to 3-2. Will Coronado waiting on deck. Smithson Valley's only 2 27-6A losses to Canyon and this past Friday against Judson. In the dirt, Moya again keeps the bat on his shoulder. And now the bases are full for Will Coronado.
Next to the plate, Will Coronado.
Coronado pretty good and for a number 8 hitter in the order, hitting .271 this year. 1 homer and 9 RBI. Takes this one for strike 1. Coronado is the 5th batter of the inning for New Braunfels. Only 1 out so far. That was the strikeout of Winch. Fain now at third, Huerta at second, and Moy is at first. Here's a ground ball on through for a base hit, and it could give New Braunfels a lead, and it will. Fain scores. Behind him, Huerta, 2-1. Unicorns on top. That'll send up Josh Butcher. Bottom part of the order coming through here for Coach Alford and New Braunfels. And now looking for more with runners on the corners and only 1 out. Butcher, the senior, did not play in the Clemens series this past week. First pitch. Off speed in there for strike 1. So Will Coronado with RBIs number 10 and 11 in the season. 0-1 is low, a ball to strike. Breaking ball misses up, 2-1. Again, with a win tonight, New Braunfels is in the playoffs. It would also set up a de facto district championship game on Friday. 2-1 is weakly hit, but fouled off. Evens up the count at 2-2. Pitch count now, by the way, for Cheek now up to 43. This after a 3 up and 3 down top of the first. And picks up his 4th strikeout. Butcher down on strikes, sends up Ryan Redding. One of those strikeout victims back in the first inning. 2 runs already in for New Braunfels in the top of the second. That off the 2-run single hit by Will Coronado. He's at first. The runner at third base is Matt Moya. And now Redding. Takes strike 1. There's a ground ball, gets behind Cheek into center field for another base hit. Redding delivers for New Braunfels, and now a 3-1 Unicorn lead. Just a hard smash there by Redding as Moya scores. And the 2 walks in the frame have come back to haunt Hunter Cheek as the 2 runners who drew the walks have scored, and now the batter is Marcus Franjul. He struck out against Cheek back of the first. And the inning continues. That's upstairs for ball 1. Franjul is the 8th batter of the inning for the Unicorns. Breaking ball is on the inner half of the plate for strike 1. Again, this New Braunfels team is just playing with a lot of confidence these days. Here's a ground ball to the left side, and looking to go to third as Wells. A bang-bang play, and he got him in time. Collects a force out of third base as the second inning finally ends for New Braunfels, but 3 runs home, courtesy of 3 hits and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second, 3-1 Unicorns. On the Rangers Network, this is Smithson Valley High School Baseball.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
The biggest season of Fixer Upper is here.
What? We're taking it a whole nother direction.
This is going to be one of a kind.
With fresh new designs.
Love the stairwell. Pretty impressive. Are y'all ready to
check out your Fixer Upper?
Oh my God, look at this.
All new Fixer Upper, Tuesday at 9 on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 578. GVTC, just plain smart.
And welcome back to beautiful Ranger Field on this gorgeous Tuesday night from Smithson Valley High School. New Braunfels looking for its 7th win in a row. And a 3-run second has put the Unicorns in good position as we see Ethan Sertohouse start the Rangers' second. His first at-bat of the game. And the first pitch from New Braunfels' left-hander Kade Pollard is outside for ball 1. Sertohouse is a .316 hitter. No homers and 6 RBI with the senior. And again, 1 of 7 playing here on senior night. Inside out swing then by Sertohouse with the catcher Faye setting up inside. Runs the count to 1-1. One. Good off speed in there from Pollard for strike 2. Sertohouse will play his college baseball a long way from here. Has committed to play at the University of Mary, a Division II program in North Dakota. Stays alive here against Pollard. Sertohouse will be followed by Reese, who's on deck, and then Ethan Rivera. The Rangers' only run of the game, scoring on the sac fly RBI hit by Hunter Cheek. New Braunfels responding with a 3-run top of the second. Good breaking ball in there for Pollard and his first strikeout tonight. His 28th this year, and it brings up Eric Reese. Reese, a .338 hitter, 1 homer and 12 RBI. His OPS this year a healthy 937, third highest in the team. Only Mason Pierce's and C.J. Horns are higher. Lefty on lefty is Fain, again sets up inside. Pitch misses away. The bunt put down by Reese, and he is safe. Perfectly executed bunt there by Eric Reese to put himself at first. And the Rangers with their third hit tonight. That'll bring up Ethan Rivera. He's signed on to play at Rogers State this time next year. Batting .246 with 1 homer and 13 RBI. And has been a lights-out pitcher so far this year for the Rangers as well. Pollard's first offering is spoiled off to the right side as Rivera falls behind 0-1. He's 4-0 as a pitcher, an ERA of 1.33 in 21 innings of work, and a staff-leading 36 strikeouts. But right now trying to do some damage with the stick. Reese, a huge base-stealing threat, awaits at first, and there's a look over by Pollard, and Reese back in. Ten stolen bases this year for Reese, and he hasn't been caught once. And Pollard, aware of that, looks him over again. Rivera batting 8th in the order tonight for Smithson Valley, with Chandler Cole in the 9-hole awaiting on deck. Another look over to first base, and again back in is Reese. And finally ready with the 0-1. No, not yet. It's been a long at-bat for Rivera already. He's only seen one pitch. Will we see the 0-1 now? We will. A ball and a strike. Brought up Coach Cale's credentials earlier. In the other dugout, Bobby Alford in his third season at Braunfels. Took over for a long time head coach Doug Edwards, who retired following the 2015 season. And Reese again back in. Coach Alford played his high school baseball at San Antonio Madison and later collegiately at UTSA. And stuck around to the area. 2-1. Pollard digs in with the cleats and ready now with the 2-1 here to Rivera. And delivers ball 3. Reese, the runner at first, was there courtesy of a bunt single moments ago. As Fain sets up inside against Rivera. Reese goes. It's a walk anyway. Or no, is it a strike? It is on the inner half. Reese, though, stolen base. He's 11 this year. But now they count 3-2. And for the Rangers now, as a team, they're 69th stolen base this season, and again only caught 11 times. 3-2. Got him. Second strikeout of the inning for Pollard. Now 2 away as Chandler Cole steps up. This is not a Ranger team that strikes out a lot. They only have one more strikeout than walks drawn this season, and they're averaging more than 5 walks per game. Only about 4 strikeouts per game, but that the second of the night for Pollard as Cole steps up. And the sophomore swings and lines a ball to right field for a base hit. The speedy Reese will score easily. Cole looking for a double, and he's got it. And cuts it down to a 3-2 Unicorn lead. So how about Chandler Cole with his second double of the season on just his 6th hit this year as we go back to the top of the order. Now it's Mason Pierce with a chance to maybe tie the game. Pierce had the infield single back of the first, but was thrown out at first base after going around the bag a little bit too far. And awaits the first pitch here from Pollard. In the air, left center. On the run, Redding makes the catch to end the second. But the Rangers counted that 3 spot at the top of the inning with a run of their own. In the frame, 1 run courtesy of 2 hits and a man left. We go to the third 3-2 New Braunfels on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
The all-new Nissan of New Braunfels. Our modern and architecturally impressive building is more like an art gallery than a dealership. With an extravagant showroom floor and customer lounge, with over 500 vehicles in stock, we have the ability to deliver the best savings possible to meet your budget needs. It's our pleasure to serve you in New Braunfels and the surrounding Hill Country communities. The all-new Nissan of New Braunfels, you've got to see this place.
Entertaining game so far on Senior Night 2018 here from Ranger Field. 3-2, the New Braunfels lead. And again, with a win tonight, Smithson Valley will claim the 27-6A title outright, but New Braunfels with thoughts of a share of the district title on top by a run. As Will Tillman starts hitting with a ball inside from Hunter Cheek, and ahead 1 ball and no strikes. Tillman flew out to center back in the first. He's 0 for 1 and maybe now 0 for 2. From third base, the throw is in time. Wells got him. Bobbled it a bit, but Wells recovered and made the play. 1 up and 1 down. That'll send up Blake Fain. Fain got that 3-run rally going for the Unicorns back in the top of the second with that leadoff infield base hit. And here takes strike 1 from Hunter Cheek. So we've seen some sophomores come through here in senior night. Here's a ground ball left side again. Again, Wells again makes the play. Two out. So again, Wells, a sophomore, if you recall, in the bottom of the second, when the Rangers got a run back, it was Chandler Cole, the sophomore, with the 2-out RBI double. And now Randy Huerta walked and scored in the first, and here hit by pitch. Plunked there by Cheek. That is the 10th time this year Huerta has been hit by a pitch. That leads the team. That'll bring up Adam Winch.
Next to the plate, Adam Winch.
Winch struck out swinging against Cheek back in the second. Cheek out of the stretch delivers ball one. And 1-0 here to Adam Winch. Breaking ball at the knees for strike one. Again, New Braunfels has won 6 straight. After a really tough start, here's a steal attempt at second base and successful for Huerta. Horn's throw just off line as well. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. This ball hit towards right center field, could be trouble, and it is. This will get New Braunfels back a 2-run lead. And now Winch getting greedy, looking for a triple. And he's got it with 2 outs. Unicorns on top, 4-2 on the triple hit by Adam Winch. So both teams coming up with big 2-out hits here tonight. And again, the first 2 batters of the inning, Cheek retired on ground outs to third base, but after that hit Randy Huerta, the triple by Winch, back out to a 2-run Unicorn lead. And for the Braunfels, their 4th hit tonight. And after a quick visit by Horn, the catcher to Cheek, Moya steps up. First pitch. Here's a ground ball, should end the inning, and it will go foul. That ball just got outside the line. Cerno House trying to make the play, but couldn't before it went foul. Count 0-1. So getting back to the hot streak, Coach Alford noted just how snake-bit the team was over the first 6 to 7 weeks of the season. But proud of the way the team just continued to work and never wavered despite the slow start, and it's paid off. 0-1. And now 0-2. New Braunfels' pitching really struggled the start of the year. In fact, even right now, their team ERA is hovering around 6. But the pitching has been better over the past 3 weeks. The offense has been great as a result. The Unicorns in the thick of the playoff race. As the count runs to 1-2 here to Moya. With another New Braunfels run standing 90 feet away. A ground ball on through for another hit, and that run does come home to score. It's Winch on another 2-out RBI base hit, this one from Moya. And now a 3-run Unicorn lead. All the damage coming with 2 away as Coronado comes up, and he delivered back in the second with a 2-run single. Low for ball 1. 3 straight have reached now for the Unicorns after Cheek retired the first 2 as the count evens out to Coronado, a ball and a strike. On the inside corner for strike 2. Pitch count climbing for Cheek, and right now just trying to get out of the inning. And does here with a strikeout. His 5th tonight. But New Braunfels does more damage in the 3rd. 2 more runs home as New Braunfels has a 5-2 lead heading into the bottom of the 3rd. On the Rangers Network, this is Smithson Valley High School Baseball.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
The all-new Nissan of New Braunfels. Our modern and architecturally impressive building is more like an art gallery than a dealership. With an extravagant showroom floor and customer lounge, with over 500 vehicles in stock, we have the ability to deliver the best savings possible to meet your budget needs. It's our pleasure to serve you in New Braunfels and the surrounding Hill Country communities. The all-new Nissan of New Braunfels, you've got to see this place.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for HEB. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible, over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more, all grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
Hi, I'm film critic Rick.
And Rob Ruff starts the Ranger 3rd with Smithson Valley down by 3. And Ruff ahead here against Pollard. 1 ball to no strikes. 2 more runs for the Unicorns at the top of this 3rd inning. Both coming with 2 out. The 1-0 pitch is in. 2-0. 2 out RBI base hits from Adam Winch, a triple, and Matt Moya, a single. And again, this all after Cheek went through the top of the order to start the game 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. This ball will line right into the glove of Fran Jewell short for the inning's first out.
Next up, C.J. Horn.
That makes Ruff 0 for 2 tonight, although he has scored a run as C.J. Horn steps up. Horn had one of the Rangers' 4 hits back in the first, a single to center. And Pollard's first pitch. The left-hander throws strike 1. You look at the series over the past 3 years, Smithson Valley swept New Braunfels a year ago in 2 close games, 6-4 and 4-3, and they've won 3 straight over the Unicorns in the series. Last New Braunfels win was April 1st of 2016. A ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Horn lays off and takes ball 2. No reason to get concerned over the early deficit. The Rangers have come from behind plenty of times this year. Once in a district game against East Central, the Rangers were down 8-0, came back to win the game. As Horn calls for time. And in fact, Horn hit one of his 4 homers in that game, a 3-run shot, as Smithson Valley won 11-9. Check swing, and he went 2-2. In fact, 2 3-run homers hit by Horn in that game, and was named as the Express News Player of the Week for his efforts on March the 19th. In that week, Horn went 6 for 9 with 4 homers and drove in 10. 2-2. Shot foul. And the 2-2 again from Pollard. Rocks and fires. Ball 3. And now the payoff from Pollard. Not even close as Horn takes ball 4. And that is the 27th walk of the year for Horn. Has only struck out by comparison 11 times. That brings up Hunter Cheek. Cheek at the sac fly RBI back in the first.
Courtesy runner Shane Shepard.
And again, Shepard will courtesy run here for Horn, as he did back in the first. Pollard now operating out of the stretch. And the southpaw's first pitch to Cheek is fouled off for strike 1. Again, the Rangers' overall record 23-5 coming into the game tonight. That's now 8 winning seasons over the past 9 years. Their record since 2010. What a great decade it's been. 212 wins against only 84 losses. Oh, 1 is in there for strike 2. A team ranked 14th in the state coming into the week. Smithson Valley looking for a long playoff run this year. The Rangers a year ago were taken out of the second round by Reagan. A look back to first. The throw gets away. Shepard over to second base. A hard turn from second, but thinks better of it and goes back to the bag. And now maybe an RBI chance here for Hunter Cheek. The Rangers have gotten beyond the second round just once over the past 7 years. They last played in the region semifinals in 2011. Shepard at second now, and the errant throw by the pitcher Pollard. Ahead against Cheek, 0-2. Pitcher on pitcher matchup here. Popped up. Over from first base, Moya. Long run. And neither he nor Pollard will get there, as Cheek stays alive. On deck for Smithson Valley is Jarek Wells. Wells a couple of nice defensive plays back in the top of this inning. Nothing in 2 here to Hunter Cheek. A long stare down by Pollard. A look to Shepard at second, and here we go. The 0-2. Smack back off the glove of Pollard from short. Franjul to throw in time. A unique out there for New Braunfels. And a break as well. If Pollard doesn't get his leather on that, the ball probably sneaks into center field and drives home Shepard. Instead, he holds up at third base as Jarek Wells comes up. Wells 0 for 1, fly out to right field, back of the first. Smithson Valley led early 1-0, but New Braunfels a 3 spot of the second and 2 more in the top of this inning. And here's the sophomore Wells. And you see there on the mound, Pollard doing a lot of adjusting before coming set, now does. His first pitch is swung on to left center. Redding has room. And that'll end the Ranger third. Smithson Valley goes scoreless in the frame in the inning. No runs, no hits, and a man left. We go to the fourth. A 3-run New Braunfels lead on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
We are the UIL.
From the coaches
to the players to the educators.
We've been in your shoes.
Extracurricular activities are essential to the development of our youth.
From proposed rule changes
to the relaxation of transfer rules, we keep it fair.
New academic contests, we hear you loud and clear.
New events are music to our ears. We just added film. That's a wrap.
Educational activities help young people become productive citizens.
From staph infections to steroid use.
To cardiac and concussions.
Health and safety is a priority.
Heat, heart, and health history.
From heat-related illness to head injuries to heart-related issues to the medical history of students.
Your well-being is our priority because we are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
Back out at Ranger Field, and a new pitcher out there for Smithson Valley. Out is Hunter Cheek. In now is Shea Walker, the sophomore. Getting warmed up and ready to go and trying to keep New Braunfels in check. Back-to-back crooked number innings for the Unicorns. 3 runs in the second and 2 more in the third. Walker is 6-1 this year. His 6 wins leads the staff. A 4.42 ERA, 31 2/3 innings of work for Walker. 20 strikeouts, 14 walks for the sophomore right-hander. And he will see batters 9-1-2 here in the fourth. Butcher followed by Redding and then Franjul. And Walker's first pitch of the game is down for ball 1. Butcher struck out against Cheek back in the second. A ground ball right there. Wells playing in on the grass. 1 away.
Back to the top of the lineup. Next up, Ryan.
Sends up Ryan Redding. Redding had 2 very different at-bats against Cheek before he left the game. Struck out against Cheek at the first and then delivered an RBI base hit in the second. Walker's first offering is up for ball 1. We brought up Redding's football credentials earlier. He actually played quarterback in the San Antonio Sports All-Star football game this past January and was the MVP of the East. A 51-14 win for his squad as the count evens out at a ball and a strike. Two and one from Walker. Two-one pitch, a swing and a miss. Count 2-2. Sun setting here at Smithson Valley High School. Lights on to the ballpark, and again a beautiful Tuesday. Final home game of the regular season for Smithson Valley. The Rangers will close out the regular season Friday at New Braunfels. And if the Unicorns hold on, that game will be for a share of the 27-6A crown. Smithson Valley can squash that with a win tonight. If they do so, they'll claim it outright. 2-2. Foul back as Reading stays alive. Last year, the Rangers finished first in district, but tied at the end of the regular season with Clemens, sharing it a year ago. A strikeout for Walker as Reading sits down for the second time. Sends up Marcos Franjul.
Next to the plate, Marcos Franjul.
Franjul over 2 with a strikeout of his own. That's now 6 strikeouts by Ranger pitching. Cheek's numbers tonight, 2 runs off 5 hits and 3 innings of work. Struck out 5 and walked 2. A bouncer with nobody on base. No harm there for C.J. Horn, the catcher. Count 1 ball and no strikes. If you recall, New Braunfels got its 2 runs in the 3rd inning after nobody was on and there were 2 out. A rally for the Unicorns saw 4 straight players reach. Huerta on the hit by pitch. Winch on the triple driving home Huerta. Moya base hit driving home Winch before the inning ended. A ball and a strike. Now 2-1. Walker looking to go 3 up, 3 down in his first inning of work. But falls behind here against Franjul, 3-1. Three-1 pitch. Misses in. So as we were talking about that 2-out, 3rd inning rally for New Braunfels, here a man reaches with 2 away in the 4th. And now the batter is Will Tillman. Tillman 0 for 2 with a flyout and a groundout so far tonight. This from New Braunfels' top hitter this year. Tillman batting .388. That'll catch the strike zone from Walker. 0-1. By the way, Smithson Valley softball also in the postseason. They'll kick off the playoffs later this week. That breaking ball misses down from Walker. A ball and a strike. Here's a ground ball for the shortstop, Ruff. The play to first. Got him in time. A cat in there from Rob Ruff will end the Unicorn 4th as the Braunfels go scoreless in the frame. We head to the bottom of the inning, 5-2 Unicorns on top. On the Rangers Network, this is Smithson Valley High School Baseball.
The biggest season of Fixer Upper is here.
What? We're taking it a whole nother direction.
This is going to be one of a kind.
With fresh new designs.
Love the stairwell.
Pretty impressive.
Are y'all ready to
Check out your Fixer Upper.
Oh my God, look at this.
All new Fixer Upper, Tuesday at 9 on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 578. GVTC, just plain smart. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summer Hill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Back out at Ranger Field as we see Kade Pollard prepare for his fourth inning of work for New Braunfels. Due up for the Rangers here in the fourth inning. Batters 6, 7, and 8. Cerno, Reese, and Rivera due up. A good top of this inning for Smithson Valley as we saw Shea Walker relieve Hunter Cheek and pitch the scoreless frame. As Cerno steps up, struck out against Pollard back of the second. And here takes ball one. Spoke about Smithson Valley softball. They ended their season, regular season, with a win over New Braunfels. This past Friday, a 7-0 win. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes here to Ethan Cerno. Coronado's 2-0. Now the count 2-1. Smithson Valley also trying to avoid back-to-back losses here tonight. Again, a 4-1 defeat against Judson on Friday. That snapped the Rangers' 5-game winning streak. 2-1. Hit towards right center field. That ball will drop in for a base hit for Ethan Cerno. A leadoff single, and the Rangers with a good start here in the bottom of the fourth. Brings up Eric Reese, who showed off his wheels back in the second. Legged out a bunt single up the third base side, stole second base, and scored a run. And we'll see him play baseball collegiately at Oklahoma Wesleyan this time next year. Coronado maybe anticipating another bunt here from Reese, is playing in from third. With Cerno the runner at first. Outside corner for strike one. Not many holes in the Smithson Valley order, something we spoke with Coach Kill about before the game. Exhibit A right here, and Eric Reese, you have a batter hitting 7th in the order, hitting .338 this season. Quite a luxury to have. Pollard 0-1 is bunted again up the third base line, but this time the ball will dribble foul. And the count 0-2. Smithson Valley again, playoff regulars under the watch of Coach Kale. New Braunfels also normally playing in the postseason. Over the past 2 decades, only one losing record over the past 10 seasons for New Braunfels. A great 15-year run under Doug Edwards. They won 296 games under his watch, and most notably, New Braunfels won the 06 4A state title. Fouled back as Reese stays alive. That leadoff base hit for Cerno moments ago. The Rangers' second leadoff hit tonight. And now 5 hits in the game. Look back to first and just back in time is Cerno. Good throw, though, by Pollard. His pickoff moves look pretty effective so far tonight. New Braunfels, by the way, also with 5 hits. 0-2 to the speedy Eric Reese won't come yet. Saw a very nice pregame ceremony before first pitch this evening for the seniors. Reese a part of that. Oh-2. A ground ball could be trouble. Scooped up by Huerta to second base for one. Relay to first, though, not in time. Good luck getting out Eric Reese on a play like that. The fielder's choice, though, brings up the inning's first out, and now the batter is Ethan Rivera. We saw a game of the district last week between East Central and Canyon that saw the Cougars ground into 3 double plays. And a 6-1 loss that eliminated Canyon from the postseason. Now Rivera, who struck out looking back in the second. Upstairs for ball one. Again, 4 teams get into the postseason in the 27-6A district. 1 team is in Smithson Valley. 4 others trying to fill in 3 spots. Swing and a miss for strike 1. If New Braunfels is swept in the series, it's possible the Unicorns could still finish outside the playoff picture, but not likely. So if you assume the Unicorns are in, then you're trying to decide the final 2 spots between Judson, East Central, and Clemens. And they're all playing non-playoff teams this week. So you wonder where the help will come from. If Chalk wins out, Judson is at Canyon, arguably the toughest series for any of those teams. East Central is at Wagner. The Thunderbirds, again, only 1 district win this year. And Clemens is hosting Steele, and Steele has struggled this season. High throw there, but gloved by Moy at first base. As we've seen Pollard stay on top of the runners all night tonight. It's led to a long game so far. Nearly an hour and a half in. We're only in the bottom of the 4th. Another throw over, and Reese is back in. Especially wary of that cat over there, Eric Reese. When he reached base back in the second, at one point we saw 4 straight pickoff attempts by Pollard. One. Big jump by Reese. Doesn't go, though. As that pitch is up to Rivera, 2-1. And now Rivera calls for time. Two-one. Inside, snap throw from Fain, but Reese again back in. The count now 3-1. You wonder if this game is going to come down to defensive play, and both teams have made their shares of mistakes this year. The Rangers have allowed 40 unearned runs to score this season. New Braunfels 31. Three-one pitch. Inside corner, although Rivera was ready to dump his bat to the opposite on-deck circle instead. Called back. And now the count full, 3-2. And remember, Rivera has struck out against Pollard once already tonight. A look to first, and Reese again back in. The Reese runner at first, Rivera the batter, and Chandler Cole awaits on deck. 3-2. Misses inside, and Rivera that time draws ball 4. And that his 15th walk to draw this year sends up Chandler Cole. And now a meeting on the mound here for New Braunfels. Remember, Cole doubled off of Pollard back in the second, driving home Reese. Pollard, a veteran player, the senior, making another start this season. Again, his workload larger than any other Unicorn pitcher this year. Coming into the game, just under 40 innings of work. That meeting is over as Pollard resumes and faces off against Cole. I imagine we will see Braden Fox start for New Braunfels on Friday. And he's coming off a gym last Friday in the win over Clemens. A complete game for Fox. Just 2 runs given up in 7 innings of work off 5 hits and struck out 4. Fox is 5-2 this year with the team best ERA of 1.79. Up to Cole for ball 1. That double Cole ripped back in the second, just his second double this year. Only his 3rd RBI and just his 6th hit. And looking for another timely hit here. With 2 on and 1 away. No throw here by Pollard despite the step off the mound. You wonder if all the time taken here by Pollard between pitches and all the pickoff attempts and looks over at first and second base is throwing off the Rangers' rhythm a bit at the plate. Could be by design. Reese goes on the pitch, hit to center. Redding makes the catch. Could be double play. And it is. The New Braunfels dugout fired up as the Ranger threat ends on a double play in the 4th inning. We head to the 5th. 5-2 New Braunfels on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
The biggest season of Fixer Upper is here.
What? We're taking it a whole nother direction.
This is going to be one of a kind.
With fresh new designs.
Love the stairwell.
Pretty impressive.
Are y'all ready to
Check out your Fixer Upper.
Oh my God, look at this.
All new Fixer Upper, Tuesday at 9 on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 578. GVTC, just plain smart. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
And welcome back to Ranger Field. 2nd inning of relief here for Shea Walker. Trying to make sure it maintains a 5-2 game with Smithson Valley trailing as we see Blake Fain start the New Braunfels fifth. It'll be Fain, Huerta, and Winch due up for the Unicorns here in the top of the fifth inning. Batters 4, 5, and 6, and ball one from Walker against Blake Fain. Fain 1 for 2 so far tonight. Had an infield single back in the second, later scored. And ahead now 2-0. Outside corner for strike one. Again, Smithson Valley led 1-0 at the end of one. 2-1 from Walker. Popped up over from short, rough, gives it a look, and then goes down as he lets Reese make the play and left for the first out. Looks like we've had some defensive changes here for Smithson Valley, so actually Wells made the catch out and left. And with the Rangers wanting to keep Hunter Cheeks back in the lineup now at third base. That pitch misses outside, ball one. Reese, though, is moved from left to center for Smithson Valley. Swing and a miss here to Huerta. That'll even the count at a ball and a strike. 1-1 from Walker. He works much quicker than Pollard does. 2-1. After Smithson Valley led 1-0 at the end of one, New Braunfels with a 3 spot at the top of the second. Rangers got to run back, though, in the bottom of the frame, made it a 3-2 affair. As that fouled pitch makes it 2-2. But the Unicorns with a 2-out, 2-run rally in the top of the fourth inning made it a 5-2 game, and here we are. 2-2 from Walker. Stays alive. Randy Huerta, the batter here for New Braunfels, hitting .262 coming into the game tonight. Has signed on to play JUCO baseball at Midland College next year. That ball is shot in the left field for a base hit. Could be two. Huerta motors around first, heading for second to throw in from Wells. Bounces away from Pierce, though. If Pierce handles that cleanly, it's going to be an out. Instead, Huerta with a double. And now at second base. His third double this year. And for the Braunfels, their sixth hit tonight. And their second for extra bases. The other one was a triple hit by this man, Adam Winch, back in the third. One ball, no strikes. New Braunfels a good doubles hitting team. That double by Huerta, the team's 55th this year. 1-1 is up and in. 2 balls and a strike. Not a ton of homers, though. No player has more than one, and the team only has 5. Inside corner here to Winch for strike 2. A long look in here by Walker. Snap though to second, and back and standing is Huerta. Matt Moyer waits on deck. New Braunfels trying to expand upon a 3-run lead. And the balk is called. That will allow Huerta to take third base I think they're claiming that Walker didn't reset. As now we see Horn go out to talk to his pitcher. And a big insurance run awaits now for the Braunfels at third base.
He looks good.
New Braunfels looking for 7th win in a row. And the Unicorns trying to put themselves into position to maybe win a share of the 27-6A title 4 weeks ago. You wouldn't have believed it. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 now to Winch. I mean, think about that. This team at one point was 6-19. 2-2. And Winch stays alive. And for so long, this was Smithson Valley's district to lose. The Rangers red hot all year, 23-5 coming into the game tonight, ranked in the top 25 of the state for a good chunk of the season. But the Unicorns giving them all they can handle. Blocked by Horn. And the count now 3-2. Ware to the runner at third base, had the one out double. It advanced to third on the balk called against Walker. Three-two pitch is smoked into center field for a base hit. Winch another RBI. 6-2 Unicorn lead. So how about Adam Winch, the junior? An RBI triple back at the third. This an RBI single. And now a 4-run Unicorn lead. And now the batter is Moya. And Moya hitting 7th in the order. A tough out tonight is walked, singled, drove home a run, and scored. Facing Walker for the first time and falls behind 0-1. The Braunfels has now scored in 3 of the 5 innings in the game. And they've only gone down in order once. That was back in the first. A ball and a strike. And really it's been the bottom part of the order that has produced for New Braunfels this evening. The top 4 hitters have 2 hits combined and only 1 RBI. As Moya falls behind 1 and 2. And in fact, 5 of the 6 runs have been driven home by batters 6 through 8. Winch, Moya, and Coronado, who awaits on deck. Walker's 1-2 won't come yet as he looks over to Winch at first base. Popped up. Horn gives it a look, but the ball will fall near us. Was expecting that foul ball to make more noise, by the way. Never heard it. Kind of makes you wonder where it landed. Walker head against Moy 1 and 2, looking to punch him out and pick up the second out of the inning. And he does just that. That's Walker's second strikeout. That'll bring up Will Coronado. And again, Coronado had a big base hit of his own back in the second, a 2-run single. New Braunfels' first 2 runs of the game. First pitch in there for strike one. An offering is swung on and missed. Good breaking ball there from Walker. Maybe a foul tip strike for Coronado. And just like that, the count 0-2. 1 run already in for the Unicorns here in the top of the 5th. That ball will loop foul to the right side. Count remains 0-2. Rangers due up in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's the top of the order. Pierce, Ruff, and Horn, and maybe a chance to get a rally going. Walker's 0-2. That ball shot foul again towards the Ranger bullpen. We have seen the Braunfels come through with 2 outs before. Their 2 runs back in the 3rd came with 2 out. 0-2. Inside, runner goes. Throw from Horn. Tagged down by Pierce. Inning over on the caught stealing of Adam Winch. But the New Braunfels lead now at 4. 6-2 heading into the bottom of the 5th. On the Rangers Network, this is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for H-E-B. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, H-E-B, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
And welcome back to Ranger Field. Smithson Valley with work to do. Rangers down by 4. Heading into the bottom of the 5th, but a good part of the order coming up for 12th year head coach Chad Kale. Batters 1, 2, and 3. Pierce, Ruff, and Horn due up for Smithson Valley. And Pollard now is 5th inning of work. And Pierce off the first pitch, fouls it off. On the run from first, the catch is made in foul ground by Moya. 1 pitch and 1 out. Been a tough day so far for Mason Pierce. Had the infield single to start the game at the bottom of the 1st, but again thrown out as he rounded at first. And then after that, a fly out in the 2nd and a pop-up here in the 5th. And now Rob Ruff, who's 0 for 2 with the run scored. First pitch fouled off for strike 1. New Braunfels again adding to his lead in the top of this inning. An RBI single from Adam Winch, his 2nd run driven home tonight. Scored Randy Huerta, who doubled off of Shea Walker. And New Braunfels playing like a team that's won 6 straight. Very confident so far tonight. Here's a ground ball, goes off the glove of Pollard. Throw to first base, not even close. So Ruff will reach on the base hit. The Rangers 6 tonight. And that, their third base hit in the infield as Horn comes up. And he has reached base twice already. A single and a walk, and both times lifted for a courtesy runner. Rangers hoping to see some of that power from Horn right now. 4 homers and 11 doubles. The home runs tied with the team to lead. The doubles lead the team. Pollard's first pitch is outside for ball 1. And now the count 2-0 to the Ranger catcher, C.J. Horn. The base hit he had back in the first inning is 32nd this year. Only Mason Pierce and Hunter Cheek have more, and Cheek waits on deck. A dangerous count here from Kade Pollard against Horn. But now it's 2-1 as he lays off the pitch outside. Horn to look back to Coach Kale. Away to the signs and awaits now the 2-1 offering from Pollard. Trying to ignite the Ranger bats here in the 5th. Remember, they were kept in check on Friday. Held to 1 run against Judson. This for a team averaging nearly 9 runs per game. Pollard's 2-1. Makes it now 2-2. A solid start so far tonight for Kade Pollard, the New Braunfels left-hander. 4 1/3 innings of work, and has held this lineup to just the 2 runs. Two. Outside corner, strike 3. And the big night continues for Pollard. The second out sends up Hunter Cheek. Pollard's third strikeout. All looking, by the way, as Cheek comes up. Cheek drove in one of the 2 Ranger runs and the sac fly RBI back of the first. Misses low for ball 1. Again, a New Braunfels win puts Unicorns into the postseason and sets up a district championship game on Friday, with the Braunfels playing for a share if they hold on. For Smithson Valley, trying to win it outright tonight. Their second straight chance to do so. Came up short in that opportunity on Friday. 1-0. Popped up. Moya again from first, giving it a run, and he can't make this catch. Also coming over was Huerta from second. And in fact, I believe Huerta was the one who got his glove on it. A lot of foul territory out there on the right side. A chance for players like Moy and Huerta to get there. All that for a long strike to Hunter Cheek. Cheek, by the way, will play collegiately at Wilson College next year, a startup Division III program. He's had some big hits all year long for the Rangers. This not a base hit as he fouls it off. One of them was a walk-off double and a win over Steele back in April the 13th. And again, Cheek was tonight's starter for Smithson Valley. 3 innings on the mound before handing the ball over to Shea Walker. Trying to extend the inning. A line shot and does just that. Cheek the base hit, his first tonight. That's now 34 in the year, brings up Jarek Wells. Just a hard line shot. Looked like it went through Pollard too. Trying to get his glove on it, but the ball found its way through into center field as Wells comes up. He's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. Wells started the game at third base, now playing out at left for Smithson Valley. And a sophomore, like Cheek performed, trying to extend the inning. And here takes strike 1. Brought up those back-to-back walk-off wins for the Rangers. And it was Wells, the base hit, to walk off against McCollum, and it was Cheek, the walk-off base hit against Steele the day before. A ball to strike to Wells with Cerno House awaiting on deck. One. That's up for ball 2. Pitch count climbing now for Pollard, 75 now on the night. Through 4 2/3 innings of work, Pollard nearly went the distance his last start last Tuesday against Clemens, 6 2/3. And a 10-1 New Braunfels win. Misses down it inside, 3-1. Big late season moment here for the sophomore Jarek Wells. He's got 2 on and 2 out. Ruff the runner at second, Cheek is at first. Hitters count. That's ball 4. And that will load him up for Ethan Cernohouse. And just like that, the tying run comes up to the plate for Smithson Valley. With now the catcher, Blake Fain, out to talk with his left-hander, Kade Pollard. Could be talking strategy, could be trying to calm him down as well. Base is full for the first time for the Rangers here tonight, and here comes Unicorn head coach Bobby Alford. The inning began with a pop-up by Pierce into foul territory caught by Moya. Ruff the infield single. After that, C.J. Horn struck out looking, but the last 2 hitters have reached. Cheek in the single to center, and then Wells a walk. And with Smithson Valley down to its final 7 outs, needing Cernohouse to deliver right now. Pollard stays in with a pitch count now up to 77 and faces off against Cerno House. Swing and a miss for strike one. Cerno House did single off of Pollard. Back in the fourth is also struck out. Oh, 1. Breaking ball in there. 12-6 action from Pollard for strike two. Both dugouts very vocal right now. Here's a ground ball on the left side from short. Franjul for the force, and the threat is over. It remains a 4-run New Braunfels lead as the Rangers leave them loaded. We go to the sixth. 6-2 Unicorns on top on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
We are the UIL.
From the coaches
to the players,
to the educators.
We've been in your shoes.
Extracurricular activities are essential to the development of our youth.
From proposed rule changes
to the relaxation of transfer rules, we keep it fair.
New academic contests. We hear you loud and clear.
New events are music to our ears. We just added film. That's a wrap.
Educational activities help young people become productive citizens.
From staph infections to steroid use,
to cardiac and concussions.
Health and safety is a priority.
Heat, heart, and health history.
From heat-related illness to head injuries to heart-related issues to the medical history of students.
Your well-being is our priority because we are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Back out at Ranger Field, 6-2, the New Braunfels lead remains heading into the sixth inning. And here's Shea Walker with a count even now to Will Coronado, a ball and a strike. The Rangers had a shot to cut into the lead in the bottom of the fifth, but left them loaded. Count now 1-2. Smithson Valley has now left 7 men on base so far tonight. The 1-2 from Walker against Coronado. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coronado seeing Walker for the first time. He was the last batter that Hunter Cheek faced in the third and struck out. Strikes out here. That'll start at the top of the sixth nicely for Shea Walker. And that's his third strikeout as Josh Butcher comes up. Walker's first offering is way outside for ball one to Butcher, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout of his own tonight. The senior for this veteran-laden New Braunfels team. A ground ball, the left side, gets by the glove of Ruff into center for a hit.
Back to the top of the lineup. Next up, Ryan.
It's now 8 hits for New Braunfels here this evening as we head back to the top of the Unicorn order. And now Ryan Redding. Redding 1 for 3 with 2 punch-outs, but the 1 hit, an RBI single back in the second. That was part of a 3-run frame for New Braunfels, and the Unicorns have not trailed since then. Now Walker out of the stretch. Outer half for strike one. The Unicorns lost 9 of their first 10 road games this year, and they are now 6 defensive outs from winning their 4th straight on the road. One and one. Not often you see a team with a sub-500 record by several games, as is the case with New Braunfels, but yet 8-4 in district play. It's been a tale of 2 halves of the season for New Braunfels as running pops up with the second out. Now Marcos Franjul for New Braunfels. Franjul so far tonight is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. And steps up here with a man at first and 2 out. Worth noting that 3 of the Unicorn runs scored tonight have come with 2 away. Actually checked that for them tonight. First pitch here, a check swing, but the appeal and Franjul didn't go. Ranger fans not happy about it. 1 ball, no strikes to Franjul. That's low. 2 balls and no strikes. Franjul, one of several Unicorn players on the team that also play football, was a wide receiver this past season. Strike 1 from Walker. That misses the outside corner as it goes low. And runs the count to 3-1 here against Franjul. Will Tillman awaits on deck. Walker's 3-1 is swung on, and a chopper gets behind Cheek in left field for another base hit. Two on and 2 out now for Will Tillman. And you figure he's got to be due soon enough here. 0 for 3 so far tonight. And Walker's got his work cut out for him. And resets now on the mound. And that'll give Horn a chance to go out and visit with Walker. With Smithson Valley down 6-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Final home game of the regular season for the Rangers. Coming off a tough home loss on Friday, trying to bounce back. But a lot of work to be done. Walker trying to dig deep and get out of the jam here. And that pitch hits Tillman. And so the Rangers loaded him up in the bottom of the 5th. The Unicorns have done that here in the top of the 6th. For the hitter, Blake Fain.
Next up, Blake Fain.
And again, the Rangers here flirting with disasters. Fain is a .339 hitter. And the base is full for him right now, and a base hit here could really break the game wide open. Walker's first offering, a swing and a miss for strike 1. Fain 1 for 3 so far. His lone hit, an infield single, leading to a run score back in the 2nd. 0-1. Misses away, a ball and a strike. Butcher's at 3rd. Franjul at 2nd. And Tillman at 1st. A ground ball Cheek at third base for the force to end the inning. And the Unicorns leave them loaded in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom, still a 4-run to Braunfels lead. On the Rangers Network, this is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends?
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for HEB. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
A look at the Ranger dugout with Smithson Valley trying to rally here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Down 6-2. The Rangers haven't outscored since the 2nd. A lineup more than capable, though, of getting out of this predicament. As we'll see the bottom part of the order coming up for the Rangers. Reese, Rivera, and Cole due up for Smithson Valley. And there on the mound for another inning of work for the Braunfels is Kade Pollard. He's been there since the start. 5 innings strong so far for Pollard, the left-hander. Was able to wriggle off of the hook back at the bottom of the 5th. Low to the bases and able to induce a ground out by Sternohouse to end the frame. And here's Reese, who scored the Rangers' last run back in the 2nd. Pollard out of the full wind, and the first pitch is up for ball 1. Smithson Valley has made Pollard work, just haven't made him pay so much so far tonight. Next pitch will be his 82nd. And it's a strike, 1-1 to Eric Reese. Pollard's 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air to left field. Backing up is Winch and reaches up to make the grab, 1 away. Sends up Ethan Rivera. A strikeout and a walk so far tonight. He's 0 for 1. Strange to think that over the past 12-plus innings, this Ranger lineup at the home ballpark has been held to 3 runs. But that's been the case as Rivera comes up. Pollard dealing and delivers strike 1. And the Braunfels crowd vocal here at Ranger Field, situated on the first base side of home plate. Not a far drive from the Braunfels campus here to Smithson Valley High School. 0-1 pitch. A ball and a strike. Nothing on paper is played out so far tonight, as that's upstairs for ball 2. Rangers with 11 more wins than the Unicorns have this year. Their team hitting numbers, impressive. The pitching numbers for the Braunfels, not so much. But again, this is a red-hot Unicorn team. They have not lost in more than 3 weeks. 2-1. Inside against Rivera, 3 balls and a strike. You have to wonder if Pollard is tiring out a bit out there on the mound. Hitters count to Rivera, the 3-1. It's fouled off right side. Moya will give it a look and runs out of room. The count now 3-2. Popped up. The Rangers, down by 4 runs, are now down to their final 4 outs.
Fixing the plate, Chandler Cole.
Where to the catch from second. And that is now 3 in a row retired by Pollard after he loaded the bases back in the 5th. And here's Cole. Cole 1 for 2, one of the hits, an RBI double back in the 2nd. And with nobody on base, you still have Pollard working really slow. And again, have to imagine that's by design. And the first pitch to Cole is on the outside corner for strike 1. Oh, 1. Breaking ball outside corner again for strike 2. And so much for Pollard maybe starting to tire out a bit. His stuff still looks pretty good right now. A strike away from a 1-2-3 6th inning. And he's got it. We go to the 7th. Unicorns rolling with a 6-2 lead. Heading into the final frame here from Ranger Field. On the Rangers Network, this is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
We are the UIL.
From the coaches
to the players,
to the educators.
We've been in your shoes.
Extracurricular activities are essential to the development of our youth.
From proposed rule changes
to the relaxation of transfer rules, we keep it fair.
New academic contests. We hear you loud and clear.
New events are music to our ears. We just added film. That's a wrap.
Educational activities help young people become productive citizens.
From staph infections to steroid use,
to cardiac and concussions.
Health and safety is a priority.
Heat, heart, and health history.
From heat-related illness to head injuries to heart-related issues to the medical history of students.
Your well-being is our priority because we are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
A look at the scoreboard out in left field here at Ranger Field. A lot of zeros there from the 2nd inning on for Smithson Valley as Kade Pollard has been impressive on the mound for New Braunfels. And now we head to the 7th, and the Rangers down by 4. And a new pitcher out there for Smithson Valley now is Shea Walker's out of the game, and now pitching for the Rangers is Colton Eilers. Eilers, a junior, is 3-1 so far this year. A 4.14 ERA in 22 innings of work. 26 strikeouts and 21 walks for Eilers. His job right now to make sure it stays a 6-2 New Braunfels lead heading into the bottom of the 7th. But he will face off against the most productive part of the order tonight for the Unicorns batters 5, 6, and 7, Huerta, Winch, and Moya. Eilers' first pitch is hit towards right center field. On the run, Reese makes the catch. One pitch and one impressive out turned in by Eric Reese. Robbing Huerta maybe his second double tonight.
Next to the plate, Adam Winch.
First time Huerta has been retired this evening. Walked and scored in the second, hit by a pitch and scored in the third, doubled and scored back in the fifth. Fastball here from Eilers for ball one to Adam Winch. He's got 2 hits so far, one of them a triple, and has driven in 2. And now ahead against Eilers, 2 balls and no strikes. Now 3-0. Worth noting the Rangers will have the top of the order due up at the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Pierce, Ruff, and Horn coming up for the Rangers. Hopefully down just 4. Now 3-1 on a delayed strike call to Winch with Moya waiting on deck. Here's a ground ball on through for another base hit for Adam Winch. A 3-hit Tuesday in the series opener for Winch. The second single. That'll send up Moya.
Next up, Matt Moya.
Again, we brought up this part of the order where it's a Winch and Moya. With that base hit, hitters 5, 6, and 7 now have 5 hits tonight for New Braunfels. Moya, one of them, was also walked. First pitch outside. Good play by Horn to keep it from going to the backstop. A ball to no strikes. That ball's popped out of play with Cheek from third base giving it a look, and the count now 1-1. And again, you look at this winning streak for New Braunfels so far, 6 in a row. They're not sneaking by teams in 2-1, 4-3 games. They're blowing them out. Plus 48 in run differential during the winning streak and leading by 4 right now. 2 balls and a strike. Eilers on the hill for the Rangers, the third different pitcher used tonight for Coach Kale. Cheek the starter, followed by Walker, now Eilers, and falls behind Moya, 3-1. That'll fill the count out at 3-2 to Moya. With the Braunfels looking to add some insurance to its lead heading into the bottom of the 7th. The payoff now from Eilers is outside for ball 4. Moya's second walk. This for a player who had walked 3 times all year. Sends up Will Coronado. Coronado's had a frustrating past couple of plate appearances after his big 2-run single back in the second. After that, back-to-back strikeouts. He's 1 for 3. Eilers operates and throws a ball in the dirt. A high chopper at the plate. Horn turns and looks. It has no throw. And that changes a lot of things here. It takes out the double play chance for Smithson Valley. A sacrifice opportunity now in play for New Braunfels and a base hit could drive in two. The 1-0 is outside, 2 balls and no strikes to Coronado. That 2-0 pitch fouled back, now 2-1. Infield drawn in for the Rangers, and they need to get the out without the run coming home. And maybe Eilers can do that with a strikeout himself as the count evens out to 2-2. A pop-up on the infield. A sharp grounder, a strikeout will do it. There's the ground ball. Bobbled a bit, throw to first base, so is in time. Nice recovery by Ruff. And well played by the Ranger defense. So the runners stay put, sends up Josh Butcher. Eilers' first offering to Butcher is down for ball one. Butcher so far tonight is 1 for 3. Singled off of Walker's last time up back in the 6th. And awaits a 1-0. And that's strike one. The 1-1 pitch on the other half, strike two, brought up to Braunfels being a veteran laden team earlier. The Unicorns only have one underclassman on the roster. It's a relief pitcher, Miles Miller. Butcher, a senior, hits a ground ball that goes off the glove of Eilers, and everybody is safe. Here's a play. The play gets away from Horn. 2-run score. And now Butcher takes off for second. A huge potential back-breaking play in favor of New Braunfels on a ground ball in the infield off the glove of Eilers. The ball is bounced at Braunfels' way, and now an 8-2 Unicorn lead.
Back to the top of the lineup, Ryan Ready.
Not often you see a 2-run infield single hit back to the mound, but that's exactly what happened. And now it's Ryan Redding. A ground ball for another base hit. Could be another run, and it will. Butcher wheels around third and scores. 9-2 New Braunfels lead. More two-out production here for New Braunfels rather. Again, 9 runs scored tonight. 8 have been scored with 2 out. And here comes Coach Kale out to the hill. Eilers will stay in. That was a quick visit by Coach Kale as Marcos Franjul comes up. The 7th batter of the inning for New Braunfels. Again, the Unicorns just looked locked in all night. Inside corner for strike one. You could have dreamed up a scenario in which Smithson Valley scored 4 times in the bottom of the 7th to extend the game, but now down 7. The card stacked against them. Oh, 2. And we go to the bottom of the 7th on the strikeout by Eilers, but not before New Braunfels plays that on to the 7th. 3 more runs, and now the Unicorns have a 9-2 lead with 3 outs to go. on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School baseball.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for HEB. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible, over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more, all grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
Again, just remarkable that a team 1-6-17 is now 3 outs away from forcing a game that could decide the 27-6A title, as Pollard, ready for his 7th inning of work from New Braunfels, pumps in strike one to Mason Pierce, with the Unicorns on top 9-2 and on the heels of on the cusp of winning their 7th in a row. Pierce falls behind 0-2. Provided New Braunfels finishes this game off. The game Friday will again decide whether or not there'll be a first-place tie-breaking game next week. If the Rangers win, that won't happen. The 27-6A title is theirs and theirs alone. But they are going to have to find a way to cool off the Unicorns. 3 outs away from the 7th straight victory. Just remarkable for, again, a team that began the year 3-15. And Pierce strikes out. That'll end a tough Tuesday at the plate for Pierce. Sends up Rob Ruff. The Rangers led early 1-0, since then all Unicorns. And again, if you're just tuning in, the game was within striking distance in the top of this inning. It was a 6-2 Unicorn lead, but 3 two-out runs scored, and now the game appears to be out of reach. 1-0 to Rob Ruff, the shortstop. With Pollard now on the mound, looking to perhaps throw a complete game. Fell 1 out short of that his last start, last Tuesday against Clemens. Strike one to Ruff. It will be a 7 o'clock first pitch this Friday at New Braunfels High School. Now 2-2 to Ruff. Waiting on deck is C.J. Horn. New Braunfels with big innings in the 2nd, 3rd, and 7th, scoring 3, 2, and 3 respectively. The Rangers scoring a run each in the 1st and 2nd. Pollard's 2-2. Spoiled there by Ruff. Popped up. Fitting that Pollard's the one that makes the catch for the second out.
Next to the plate, C.J. Horn.
Because again tonight he has been on top of his game. No runs allowed since the second. As C.J. Horn comes up. Horn is 1 for 2 so far against Pollard. And struck out his last time back in the fifth. Curveball in there for strike one, and again, despite the fact that Pollard's pitch count has now surpassed the century mark, 103 now in the night, his stuff still looks pretty good. The 0-1. And the dirt laid off by Horn, a ball and a strike. The 1-1 for the left-hander. And now the Rangers are down to their final strike. Pollard has sat down 6 in a row after loading the bases in the fifth. A strike away from the Unicorns' 7th win in a row. As Horn calls for time. The 1-2. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hunter Cheek awaits on deck if Horn can extend the game. The 2-2. Horn lays off the ball upstairs. Full count. Pollard down the payoff pitch. And the 27-6A title will be decided on the final day of the regular season as the Braunfels has won Game 1 of the series by a final score of 9-2. And the winning streak continues for the red-hot New Braunfels Unicorns, winners of 7 straight, while the Rangers are now lost in back-to-back games. Post-game coverage coming up on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School Baseball.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
And welcome back to Ranger Field. Final score, New Braunfels 9, Smithson Valley 2. As a result, the 27-6A title will come down to the final day of the regular season when these two meet again Friday night in New Braunfels. The Unicorns, the hottest team in 27-6A, and staying hot tonight with a 9-2 win to open up this 2-game series. We want to thank everybody on behalf of the Rangers Network. I'm Brant Freeman from Ranger Field saying goodnight.